And if real is the issue, then they all artificial. And I can never diss you, but I will dismiss you straight to your face. Nah, I ain't got no manners, and these bros ain't got no standards. That's why he can't stand you. Always got your hand out for a handout. Can't stand on your own too. How you gonna stand out? I bet you missed the point. What a disappointment, like a missed appointment. Never indirect, but your intellect without introspect is so incorrect. Goddamn. Now that's disrespectful. But when you
EDS Squad, it's your boy Eli, and I'm coming to you with another review video. Today I'm going to be doing the review to Everything Is Love by the Carters, Queen B and Jay-Z. But before I get into this reaction video, please like this video, comment down below, and reviews, reaction challenges you want me to do, and I will do that for you. If you're not a part of the squad, it's so simple and it's so easy to join the squad. All you gotta do is hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. We're on the road to 100 subs. So if you're not subscribed, hit that button. You're in good hands. Shout out to my upper elites and my squad members, my upper elite, aka my notification squad. I live for each and every last one of you guys. With that being said, let's get into this review. So, before I even get into the review part, I just want to say first and foremost, Beyonce and Jay-Z are annoying as hell because we've been looking for this joint album for months, okay? Beyonce came out with Lemonade, Jay-Z came out with 444. There was rumors that they were going to do a joint album, a kind of ending or resolution to each one of their albums and close that chapter or that era of, you know, their music. So we've been waiting for this forever. The tour was announced. He was like, okay, this album is coming, this album is coming. They both were going on a tour. We're ready. It's gonna come out before the tour starts. And the tour started and there was no album. So people was like, okay, y'all is sickening, y'all is annoying. I knew the album was still coming out soon. I didn't know when it was because I'm not a psychic. I don't know. I don't predict the future. But coming out, I think it came out on a Saturday, Sunday. Anyways, it was a weekend, which was annoying as hell because we just sitting there doing our normal, well, I was working. And so I was just perusing on my phone and then I seen, oh, Beyonce, Jay-Z just dropped their album, blah, blah, blah. I stopped everything I was doing. I was off of work at this time. Everything I was doing, I was like, and I know I had to do it overnight, so I had to like rest up. I was like, nah, I'm not resting. I gotta listen to this album. I gotta see what they saying. I gotta see what's going on. What's, like, you know, anytime Beyonce drops, like, you know, I gotta stop everything I'm doing and, you know, do what I gotta do. And that is find it, because usually it's Untitled first, and find it and start listening to it and digesting it and getting it into my organ and into my spirit. So, that's what I did, and I thoroughly enjoyed this album. Oh my goodness. It's only 9 songs, I believe. 9 songs. Got my notes here. 9 songs. So it didn't take me that long to get through it. I listened to it. My first listen was like, this album is so different. In regards to each of their styles. They tried lots of new avenues, lots of new styles that I'm going to, you know, go in depth with as we go into this video. So I was thoroughly impressed. I loved it. Beyonce, Jay-Z, they did this album. So without further ado, let's get into the track list. But before I get into the track list, you already know how I do my reviews. My favorite song out this album, I love that every last one of these songs. None of these songs, like, none of them, like, disappointed me at all. But my favorite, if I had to pick one, it'd be Black Effect. Love it, and I'll get into that when we get to Black Effect. I don't have a least favorite song. I'm kind of biased when it comes to Beyonce. I'm really not, actually, because there's some songs of Beyonce that I'm like, not my cup of tea. But honestly, this is one of the first albums that I have listened to from the beginning to the end where I had no songs that I didn't like at all for any reason. I'll give my rating of the whole entire album at the end. This time I'm doing it out of 10 instead of, usually I do it out of 5. This time I'm doing it out of 10. So let's get into it. Let's start it off with the first track, which is Summer. I'm going to play little tiny snippets because, just so you guys can know, refresh your memory, because copyright is crazy. I did an APESH reaction and it was blocked every time I put it up. So I had to put it up on another avenue, which is my Facebook, our Facebook. If you guys don't know about the Facebook page, is at EDS Squad. All you gotta do is go on Facebook, go on a search, and press EDS Squad, and it's right there. So with that being said, let's get into the first track, Summer. We're gonna listen to a little snippet of it, and then we're gonna talk about it. Okay, so that's Summer. Okay, so when I first listened to the song, the first thing I got into my head was the introduction. It gave me a Kendrick Lamar feel. It gave me Kendrick Damn era, which is dope, which, I live for Kendrick Lamar, so of course I'm with it. It's very smooth. It's a very mellow start to the album, which, opens us up and gets us ready for whatever else Beyonce and Jay-Z has to say. B's voice is very sultry. This is what I wrote. Very sultry and very sexual. The lyrics, she wanna make love in the summertime. I feel you, sis. I feel you. Another lyric that I got off of this is, love is going to express itself as a form of forgiveness and compassion for each other. Which it does, which the title of this album is Everything Love, so me listening to this album, I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be about the love, the tests, the trials, the tribulations, the good times, the bad times that, love has. Love isn't easy. Love is very hard, especially when you're dealing with a whole nother person. You got to deal with their weaknesses, their strengths. You got to deal with their attitudes, and it's just relationship stuff. So first off, shout out to the producers. Jay-Z and Beyonce produced most of this album, which I thought was also dope too. And shout out to Cool and Dre. They produced this track. Basically, I loved this track. It was a very slow, steady, mellow, Beyonce singing her throat off, Jay-Z coming in with his verses. I thought it was dope. So out of 10, I give Summer an 8 out of 10. I loved it. Y'all already know, 10, I don't really give people 100 scores. So it's hard. You gotta have it's not gotta be A1 day 1. But yes, I give this an 8. Let's move along because there's a lot of stuff to cover a certain song. So the second track of this record is called Ape Shit. Let's listen to a little snippet. I know you guys probably have heard it already, but let's listen to a little snippet of it. Okay, so that's 8 shit. Okay, first off, shout out to Quavo and Offset for hopping on this track. When I first heard this track, I was like, you know, it takes me a minute to, you know, understand and get, you know, certain things. So I'm listening to this song and I'm like, okay, first off, they used the Migos formula for this song, which I think is dope. That they're taking, it's not like they're stealing people's styles or anything. They're just taking people's style, they're borrowing people's styles and formats and making it their own and showing that big, I'm Beyonce, I'm Jay-Z, y'all already know I'm good, but I can do your face style and still be doing the damn thing. So I really thought that was dope. So yes, Quavo and Offset are credited on this record for doing the ad-libs. One of the lines, of course, "Can't believe we made it," which, you know, everybody knows about, you know, what's been going on with Beyonce and Jay-Z these last couple years with the whole cheating thing. They can't believe they made it. Beyonce says she can't believe we made it. Beyonce uses the Migos format and nails it. She does her verses. She was straight bars. Beyonce was rapping, which, you know, I love. People like, I don't really like Beyonce rapping. I don't like it. This and other. I liked it. I thought it was dope. It's just another thing that Beyonce, because she's been doing this since, if you guys know Beyonce, and you guys are fans of Beyonce like I am, y'all know she's been rapping since Destiny's Child. So I knew she has it in her to do this, so, but I love it, and the song calls for it. The song is, they're trying different lanes, like I said, they're trying to do different avenues, and they're doing them, and they're executing them top notch. It's not like they're trying different lanes and they're falling flat. Like, this song is a bop. One line in Jay-Z's verse that really stuck out to me was to tell the Grammys fuck that 808 shit. Sorry. Which you guys don't know. Long story short, Jay-Z was nominated for 8 Grammys last year for his 444 album, and he did not get not one, which I thought was disrespectful on the Grammys, and he was robbed. He definitely was robbed. He at least deserved one. That 444 album was amazing, and definitely was snubbed. So basically, out of this song, I got was that Jay-Z and B are talking their shit and expressing that they're good and they can't believe they survived through the hardship of, you know, the cheating scandal and all that good jazz. This song was produced by Pharrell, so shout out to you, Pharrell. Which kind of makes sense if you really think about it, because he likes to play with different beats and different sounds. And it's kind of, I don't want to say it's futuristic, but it gives that tea a little bit to me. Out of 10, I give 8 shit a 9. It's a bop. So then let's continue on. We got a lot of stuff to cover. Number 3 on the track list is Boss. Let's play a little snippet of a Boss. I just want to say real quick, while we're waiting for Boss to queue up and everything. Oh, it already queued up. Okay, so that's Boss. Maybe I'll do like a snippet with Jay-Z's part, because I feel like every part is, but there's some where Jay starts off. But anyhow, Okay, so Boss. When I first listened to Boss, I got the Kendrick feel again. It wasn't the Kendrick formula, but the beat and the vibe gave me very Kendrick. Beyonce starts off the song stating that she's a boss. She's a boss. Every time I think of I'm a boss, that bitch, bitch, bitch. Y'all already know I love that song. But yeah, she's saying off that she's a boss. One line in the song that really stuck out to me was, "Nigga, you're not a boss, you got a boss." Like, basically the song, I get that Beyonce and them are talking their shit, but they're speaking real statements and real facts in this, and to make you think a little bit. So that was a stunt, like, that I'm a boss. I'm the boss. You're not a boss. You have a boss. Basically, Jay-Z talks about being a boss. He talks about being a boss is not flexing, but helping the people around you, your family, your friends, which I think is so true. People love to say, I'm a boss, I do boss shit, but you're the only person in your circle that is doing something. I don't even qualify that as a boss. I feel like what Jay-Z is saying is true, where you should not be the only person in your circle winning. If you see some people in your circle, whether that's your family, whether that's your friends, and they're struggling, you need to help them, pick them up, and help them. That don't mean giving them money and giving them opportunities and for them to make money, for them to grow. I think that's real boss shit. So definitely even speaking facts. Another line that Jay-Z said was, "Niggas rather work for the man than him." I don't know who he was taking shots at, but I feel like he was taking a shot, but I see it in a different way. I feel like, yeah, he might be talking about somebody in particular, but it also goes to say people would rather work for the man than create their own opportunities, create their own businesses, create their own platforms. So that line can mean a whole different multitude of things. But Beyonce talked about her great-grands will be rich, which they definitely will. I'll even stretch and say her great-great-great-grandchildren will be good. I love the live instruments in this track. They use a lot of live instruments. I've seen listening to his songs. I think in summer they use a lot of live instruments. Beyonce been playing with live instruments for a little while. She might have been doing it for a minute, but I've noticed it in Lemonade, and I'm noticing it in this record also, that they're playing with a lot of live instruments. Fun fact, Ty Dolla $ign helped write this record, so shout out to you, Ty Dolla $ign. You my boy for one reason or another. You stop being nasty. No, I'm just kidding. So shout out to the producers, D. Mile, Derek Jixie, Mike Dean, Mellow X, and the Carters produced all this record. I thought it was a solid record. I loved it. I give it a 8 out of 10. So that's my rating for Boss. Let's go on. The next track on the list is called Nice. Let's take a little snippet of this, and we'll talk about it.
Yeah. I can do anything, yeah. Hell no, hell no, hell no, hell no. I can do anything, yeah. Hell no, hell no, hell no, hell no. I can do anything, yeah. Hell no, hell no, hell no.
Okay, so that's Nice. Okay, so listening to this song, dope, starting off. Jay-Z starts talking about his current headlines. But I think what I liked most about this record is that I feel like they didn't record this like 100 years ago. Like, I feel like it was very current because they're talking about a lot of current things, especially within themselves, within their relationship, within them individually. Jay-Z talks about the headlines about his illegitimate child that he supposedly has out there in the world. The song is a vibe. I wrote the song is a vibe. It gives me another Migos influence. It does give me a little Migos. I could see Migos jumping on this record. A line, I don't know the line verbatim, but I know Beyonce's talked about not worrying about streaming numbers. She ain't worrying about that streaming numbers. That's why, bitches, that's why her lemonade ain't on Spotify. Which I thought was so funny because everybody is like begging Beyonce to put Lemonade up on Spotify, put it up on Spotify. Spotify still got it on the Beyonce page that we're in the process of working on getting the Lemonade album. I basically think Beyonce's like, fuck Spotify, we're not putting Lemonade on there. That's basically what I got from it. But if she put Lemonade on Spotify, I'll get it, you know. I already bought the album, so it doesn't even matter. Pharrell had a verse in this song, which was dope. Basically, what I got about this song, they being nice and rich. They being nice and rich, they just flexing. And, you know, they talk about some, you know, current things that's going on in their lives and stuff like that. I thought it was a dope song. Shout out to Pharrell, he also produced this track. Out of 10, I give nice and solid 8. So let's move on to 713. Let's take a little snippet of 713. Okay, so that's 713. What I got from this song is that they're talking about no one can stop their love, no one can break them. If they've been through what they've been through, like, they unstoppable, they're untouchable. It gives me an early 2000s hip hop vibe. When I first listened to it, I was like, okay, I like the beat. It's a vibe. I can see myself in the car listening to it with my windows down. If I had a convertible, my top down, it gives me that early 2000s vibe. B samples Dr. Dre song. I don't know the song off top. I know the song obviously, but I don't know the title of the song. I should have looked that up before I did this video. But hey, and the hook. They talk about the things that's happening in their life. The third verse, Jay talks about women, black women in particular, and the things that they go through. So I really liked this song. It's very dope. Loved it. Like I said, I loved it, the beat. I loved it, the feel. I loved it. Shout out to y'all. I give this a 9 as a rating. So if y'all keeping track, I give this a 9. Shout out to the producers. The Carters produced this. Cool and Dre also produced this, and 808 Ray produced this also. Let's move on to track number 6, and that is Friends. Let's take a look. Listen. Look.
My friends, real friends, better than your friends. That's how we keep popping out that binge, yeah. No foes, real friends, we ain't even gotta pretend, yeah. Get fans, spin it on my brain, yeah. Pull me up, 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 they never let me down. Pull me up, pull me up.
Okay, so that is Friends. Okay, so this song is about friendships and how they hold you down, like in the, you know, the highs and the lows of friendships and all that good jazz. B talks about her crew. She ain't making no new friends. She makes it plain and simple that, bitch, I'm not making no new friends. Which, you know, I'm in that season too. No new friends for the most part. You know, I'm definitely open to the possibility, but for the most part, no new friends. Jay talks about his friends, and he mentions the people, his friends, and he mentions them all in detail, and he talks about, you know, each one of them. He shouts them out, which I thought was dope. And he mentions people having fake friends, and which, you know, that comes with character, that comes with life. You gotta be real friends, you have some phony ones. A line that really stuck out to me is, if y'all don't understand that, we ain't friends. You don't understand that, you know, sometimes I gotta do what I gotta do in life. You gotta do what you gotta do in life. You don't understand that we can't be friends. And another line that really stuck out to me is, what would I be without my friends? Which is so freaking true, you know. I don't have a whole big, gigantic circle of friends. I have a nice, good, medium-sized circle of friends. If you don't know who my friends are, or who some of my friends are, I do have a video down below, so check it out. But basically the song just summarizes the ups and downs of being real friends. You have your highs, you have your lows. You know, people go through stuff, you go through stuff, but at the end of the day, you guys still come together and you still push each other, and you still are cool with each other. And which, I like this song, I really do. This is a song that if I'm with my friends, just chilling, we can listen to this song and bump, and you know, we're gonna have fun, you know. Out of a 10, I rate this song a solid 9. I really loved this song. I loved the beat. Shout out to the producers, the Carters, and Boy Wonder. Okay, so let's get into track number 7. Heard About Us.
No need to ask, you heard about us. No need to ask, you heard about us. Already know you know about us. No need to ask, you heard about us. No need to ask, you heard about us. Watch your mouth when you're around us. Pull up, have a break, got no time, but we got protects. Come around, stepping on necks.
Okay, so that's Heard About Us. I love the vibe of this song. It's a very vibey song. When the beat drops, it gets very, it's a vibe. It's a vibe, which a lot of these songs are vibes. It's a song, to me, the vibe of the song, people's like, okay, you're saying it's a vibe. The vibe of the song, for me, is it's just a song that you just chill. It's another song that you could just be out in your car. If you got a convertible, let the top down and just listen to it. Definitely a vibe. Jay-Z definitely talks about the child thing again. He mentions that. My notes I also state that Beyonce said, basically Beyonce says, y'all heard about us. That's cool and everything, but we good over here. We's good. Y'all heard about all these headlines that we this, that, and the other, but we's good over here. So at the same time, mind y'all fucking business. Queen B, I live for you. I live for you, B. I live. She was talking her shit in this whole record. Okay. So, I really enjoyed this song. I give it a solid 8 out of 10. Also, shout out to the producers. Beyonce and Jay-Z produced this. Also with Ill Mind, Vinyls, and Boy Wonder. So shout out to y'all. And let's get on to the next track, which is Black Effect.
Unconditional. Yeah, I'm good on any MLK Boulevard. I'm good on any MLK Boulevard. See my vision with a tech bitch, I'm Malcolm X. Haters dreading my effect, they want check. Now hands where I can see him. Fuck this off white bitch.
Okay. So it starts off with the woman talking about love and the good and the bad and the things that we go through with love and all that stuff. I thought that was really dope to start off the track. As the beat starts coming in, my brain is like, okay, this song is about to, the beat is about to drop and it's about to be my whole entire life. And when that beat drops, he's like, I'm good at any MLK Boulevard. I was like, I got my entire life. I love the freaking beat, yo. So yeah, like I said, Jay-Z talks about being welcome in the basically a lot of MLK Boulevards is, you know, where gang activity and all that, stuff happens. So basically when Jay-Z's saying all of that, I get in my brain that he's good, he's welcome in the roughest hoods because people know the type of guy he is. That's what I get towards it. A line that I really liked it in this song was, I made my own way so they know, so now they anti-title. Basically just saying that he made his own platform, he made his own streaming service. And because he made it and he's African American and he's, you know, competing with primarily Caucasian American people in the streaming service business, they anti-title. You know, sometimes title be annoying me a little bit, but you know, I like title. Nah, you know, I live. But he also talked about he did the Khalif documentary, and that he's going to be doing the Trayvon Martin documentary, which I cannot wait. I heard the Khalif one was really dope. I did not get a chance to watch it, but I will in my spare time. But I'm definitely excited for the Trayvon Martin documentary, so I'm hyped for that. A line that B spit, because you know she spit in this song. She spit. No, she talked about I will never let you shoot the nose off my pharaoh. Okay, so if people don't know, let's give you a little history lesson. Okay, so pyramids and the pharaohs that were made in, you know, Egypt and all that good jazz. The artists that created these pieces, these landmarks, they also, you know, made it known through the art that they were primarily African American. Shooting the Nose of the Pharaoh. Have you ever seen? I'm trying to think. Basically, Shooting the Nose of the Pharaoh is just like, don't take what I've created, what I've built, and destroy it to erase history. I'm trying to say, because a lot of people, you know, made it seem that African Americans or Africans, you know, my color, that they did not create the pyramids and they didn't create the pharaoh monuments, whatever you like to call those things. So they like to try to erase that history. And basically Beyonce saying, I will never let you shoot the nose of my pharaoh, meaning I will never let you try to recreate my history. I will never let you try to knock what I've created, what I've contributed to the culture. So I really thought that line was very dope, and it was a dope verse. I mean a dope line. Jay's second verse talks about him trying to unify the gang culture. Because the problems in the United States currently is bigger than the Crips and the Bloods and all those other gangs. So I get it. It makes sense, and it is so true that we need to not be worrying about who's set, because the bigger problem is that they're trying to get us the fuck up out of here, and we can't have that. He also talks about cultural appropriation, and that's it's been going a little bit heavy. It's been going on forever, but we're starting to finally recognize it and talk about it, which I think is so dope. I love the beat and I love the vibe of the song. I even love even what goes to say I love the content in this song. Shout out to the producers of this track, the Carters and Cool and Dre. They produced this track. Out of a 10, I give this record a solid 10. I give it a 10. There was nothing that in this song that did not disappoint me. I loved it. So let's go into the last song, Love Happy, and let's wrap this thing up. So this song gives me a 90s hip hop vibe. It gives me that, it gives me a 90s hip hop vibe. No, I'm not gonna say who. Alright, forgive me. I'm not gonna go that route. It just gives me a 90s hip hop vibe. Basically, I didn't write so much about this song. I just summarized the song, and I just summarized it as the song is them about being happy in love, and that they've been through a lot, but going through those tests and those trials made their love and their bond stronger. I loved this song. I gave it, out of a 10, I gave it a solid 9. This song was produced by the Carters, David Andrew Solik, I believe that's his name. I'm sorry if I effed it up. The moral of this album is that love is a lot. We're not perfect, but with prayer and communication, love conquers all. They're flawed by love, but the love is on their side. They're flawed, but the love is on their side. That's basically what I get from this whole record. That they're flawed, but love is on their side. Meaning, we go through a lot. We're not the most perfect people, but with with communication and prayer, love conquers all. It conquers all. I give this album a solid 9.5. That's my rating for this album, a 9.5. I thought it was very dope. I loved it, all of the content. There's some songs that I can vibe out to. Actually, every one of these songs I can vibe out to. But the songs also have deep messages within them, which I thought is dope. They gave us songs that we can have fun, we can turn up to, but at the same time, they have deep messages and they have things that they want to portray and tell, especially the African American community. Shout out to Beyonce, shout out to Jay-Z. I was so excited. I'm still excited. This is definitely beyond my bump list. If you liked this review, I'm going to wrap this up by saying if you liked this review, please like this video. Comment down below any reviews, reaction challenges you want me to do. Please don't forget to hit that share button so everybody on the road know the EDS5 is lit. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Shout out to my up release and my notifications, aka my notification squad and my squad members. I live for each and every last one of you. With that being said, I live for each and every last one of you. I love each and every last one of you, and I thank you guys for watching. Till the next time, peace.
And I can never dish you, but I will dismiss you straight to your face. Nah, I ain't got no manners, and these bros ain't got no standards. That's why he can't stand you. Always got your hand out for a handout, can't stand on your own too.